Okay, in the previous video, we've made an introduction into the project we'll be working on. So today, we will start by creating the backend for our app. And by backend, I mean to handle the markdown files and convert them to PDFs. Now, let's get started. So the first step would be to install our packages. And for now, we only need the markdown PDF module, and I'll install it from pip by going to the command prompt and hit pip install markdown PDF. And usually it's better if you install your packages in a virtual environment, but for the sake of time and simplicity, I'll be installing that globally on my machine. I'll hit enter. And I already have it installed from earlier, so I'm going to skip directly to the next step. Okay, let's get into coding. So first of all, I'll create a new folder. I'll call it MD2PDF, and of course you can call it whatever you like. Now inside the folder, I'll create a new Python file. We'll call it file converter, for example. Now let's start with the imports. From markdown underscore PDF import markdown PDF comma section. These are the two classes we'll be working with. Now I'll define my own custom class. I'll call this one MD2 PDF. And my class will extend the markdown PDF class you see over here. Now let me specify that. Now defining my initialize method. And here, under the definition, I'll initialize my parent class for the same set of arguments. Okay, next I'll need to define a method for loading the markdown file, and I'll call it load file. I'll need to provide the file path over here, and it's of type string. Now inside the method, I'll need to open the file located at said path. So what we did here was to read the content of the file and store them in the content variable, which is a class attribute. And this way we're done with the load method. Next, I'll need a method for saving my file as a PDF, so I'll define it over here. I'll need to provide the file name here, and it's of type string. Then the method will return nothing. Now first, I'll need to add the content of my markdown file to my PDF, and I can do that by typing self.add section And the content I did store here in the self.content variable. So I'll use that over here. Finally, I have to save my file. Save, or just save. I need to use the file name argument over here. So we'll save it as file name, whatever the file name argument is, and then .pdf. So it's saved as a PDF file. Now the save file method is done. Now we'll conduct a small test to make sure everything is fine and working. So if name equal main, we'll instantiate our class. Now, before we attempt to load the file, we have to create the Markdown file first. So I'll write some Markdown syntax here. That will be a header. And that's a level 2 subheader. Here I'll make a bold statement. And I'll write some code block below. Print hello world. Now that will do. Okay, let's save it as test.md. Now I'll need to load the file using the load method we've written. And save it here. As my PDF file under that name. And sorry, I made a mistake here where I initially named the methods load file and save file, not just load and save. Okay, now it's done. We've hit run. And as you can see here, it did create a Markdown, a PDF file in the same directory. Now you can see it over here. So that's it for the video. Everything was fine and sound and functioning very well.